Okay, I think we're live. Good morning, afternoon, evening, guys. I'm NooblarGaming, and we're gonna be running some Mega Man, or rather Rockman World 5 for the Game Boy. So, without further ado, let's get to Boston. So yeah, we're gonna be... Oh, I forgot to start my split, so let's do another reset here. So yeah, we're gonna be starting and now. So we start off with Dr. Light greeting us and telling us very dangerous robot are wreaking havoc in the city, and he has created a new device that makes items from E-chips, which we're not gonna be using in this one, funny enough. Anyway, we're gonna be starting with Pharaoh Man in this any % run, because it's one of the easier stages to do Buster only without losing too much time. And I forgot to jump, man. Anyway, so what I was trying to do there is trying to slide underneath those scorpion snail things, so that I don't need to kill them, since with too much sprites on the screen and charging my Buster, it's gonna lag the screen too much. So yeah, for those familiar with the NES Mega Man, so we're gonna see some really familiar Robot Masters here, since for the first 4 Mega Man Game Boy games, they decided to pretty much recycle a lot of the Robot Masters. And they had it in the pattern like Rockman World 1 is has 4 Robot Masters from Mega Man 1 and then 4 Masters from Mega Man 2. And that pretty much went on until Mega Man 4 Game Boy, which they took 4 Robot Masters from Mega Man 4 NES and another 4 Robot Masters from Mega Man 5 NES. So right now it's Pharaoh Man, and later on we'll be seeing another 4, which is Ring, Toad, and Brightman. So we're nearing the end of the stage here, and there's a faster way to do this, but we're in a marathon, so we're trying to do it a bit safe. And yeah, despite the reuse of the Robot Masters, they didn't really reuse their boss patterns, so we'll see here, especially in Pharaoh Man, since the NES version, you can pretty much manipulate Pharaoh Man to have him do his charging attack, which is much easier to go through. I might die here. Ooh. Clutch. So yeah, you can see Pharaoh Man, he does whatever he wants in the Game Boy version. Like in NES, you can manipulate him, as I said, depending on your distance from him. So yeah, I seen Bloody Candy saying Team Beat. In this game there's also Beat, but in the any % route we don't really get Beat. And the way to acquire him is to get the 4 letters in the first 4 stages. If you saw earlier, before the screen before the boss stage, there's a letter, and you need to acquire 4 of them to get Beat. But sadly, similar to Mega Man 6 in NES, Beat is kind of useless in this game, sadly, so we pretty much skipped him. Now we have Ringman stage. Ringman stage is pretty rough in the speedrun. So the first half is pretty easy, and the latter half is gonna need you to manage your HP a lot, then you'll be doing some damage boosting to kill a couple of quote-unquote mini bosses fast enough. So though most of the stage is gonna be Buster usage, and we're gonna be using Pharaoh as well. So another thing we have to manage here is in the stage we try our best to not use too much Pharaoh shots so that we can kill Ringman fast enough to. We have some Saturns here, fine and dandy. So we switch to Pharaoh here, and this is not obligatory, but I usually kill that turret because the jump is pretty tight, and that turret can be a troll and shut you down. And this is the mini bosses I was talking about, the mini springs. You need the damage boost through them to pretty much quick kill them with your Pharaoh shot. And we only have enough HP to damage boost twice. Let's stop that quick kill a bit. That's fine. Yeah, 1 HP. 1 HP is okay. As long as we don't mess up anything else. Whoop. Yeah, another big thing, for those familiar with Mega Man 4 game NES, the Pharaoh shot here is a bit different. Like in the NES, the one that hovers above you when you charge your Pharaoh shot, it's similar to a full Pharaoh charge shot, so it can kill a lot of enemies without consuming your ammo. The Game Boy they did it a bit differently, such that even though it's fully charged hovering over your head, it only counts as one small Pharaoh shot. So it's a bit nerfed pretty much. Okay, now we get the Ring Boomerang. Ring Boomerang, pretty much the same, except that it also has the capability to grab items. So it's pretty much a buff at this point compared to the NES counterpart. Then we have Toadman this time. So normally in NES, Toadman weakness is Drill Bomb, but we don't have Drill in this game, so they had it rotate such that it's weak. Toadman is weak to Ring Shot, the Ring Boomerang. And the stage pretty much is a lot easier compared to NES. Oops. So we have the giant snail thing here, and we just go through him. Easy peasy. So yeah, the rainy section on this stage, you're pretty much hoping you're not getting any drops so that it doesn't lag your screen too much. And yeah, there's not much to it with this stage. Then we have a little bit of water section here, because why not? And we got a trollfish. And we get a safety E-Tank here for later on. We're gonna need to do fast strat on pretty much Wily stage later on. Second snail, sadly we go down, so we can't really skip him like we did on the earlier one. Then we have Toadman. Toadman pretty much input reads in this game, so if he detects that you press your fire button, he will jump every time, except when he's doing his rain flush dance, or the Toad dance. Rip Gary the snail, yep. Sadly we can't skip him, so we had to kill him with the Pharaoh shot. Then we have Toad Flip. We have Toad's weapon, the rain flush. It's still a full screen weapon, similar to the NES, but this time it hits twice throughout the entire rain flush. So it's pretty strong. Though it lags the screen a lot, so it's not used too much in the run. Brightman fight, and later on in Stone Man somewhere. Now we have Brightman stage. Brightman stage involves a lot of cutting out the lights and opening them, and a lot of lag that comes along with it. Especially in these parts, because these flashing platforms are, I don't know, resource intensive, I guess, that it causes so much lag in the screen. Then we have a chopper here, which will ride along. So there's a slightly faster strat here where you use the rush coil to get through this entire cycle without needing to ride this thing much. Though it's a bit dangerous since one wrong move and you'll die to the spikes. And I'd rather not have some unsafe strat on a marathon, because it's gonna bring us all the way back to the start of the stage. Because this is the checkpoint here. And right now we switch to Ring, because we'll be dealing with really tanky monsters that Ring is gonna make quick work of. Is this one. Oops, ow. Yeah, pretty much in these darkness sections, we're hoping that these guys don't drop anything. Because the more they drop, the more the screen will lag. Should have grabbed that one, but it's okay. Ideally, we won't get any deaths anymore. Also, that's the only beat letter that we're going to get, because it's pretty much along the way, and it's to reduce lag on that screen as well. So yeah, now we have Brightman. Brightman is weak to Rain Flush. Does 3 damage per tick, and as I said earlier, Rain Flush pretty much deals twice now, damage twice. Games are so good, wish you could go back and play this as a kid. Yep. Game Boy games in particular are really good. Though some of them are pretty notorious for being more difficult sometimes compared to NES. A part of it is because one of it is because you have pretty much less HP in the Game Boy games compared to NES. Because in the Game Boy games, you only have like 19 HP. As compared to NES, you have like 28, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's pretty much the first half of the game. And yeah, we're gonna see something that they did first time in Mega Man Game Boy series, which is the cutscene. So this is a pretty cool looking cutscene. DWR Impossible game, yeah, totally. Especially if you're aiming for top time in Dr. Wily's Revenge. That game is tough as hell. Yeah, we see Mega Man here shooting up on Wily's fortress. Really, really nice cutscenes here. Yeah, something I didn't get to show as well is the intro cutscene. Okay, now we have Satellite Cannon. Satellite Cannon is a pretty horrible fight on a speedrun because it's RNG, whether he'll open his eyes or not. Yeah, we got a good RNG here. There was a cutscene in World 2. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of cutscene. Though that isn't of the same quality as the Mega Man, the one here, where it's pretty much like 2.5D. Yes, that's correct, Murdoch. So yeah, as Murdoch said, it's from here on out, we're not gonna get any more weapon refills after clearing a stage. Now we have Blade. So Blade is a really strong Mega Man killer, but his main weakness is if you hug the left side of the wall, he won't be able to damage boost you because of his janky hitbox. Yeah, with regards to the automatic refills, that plays a huge part in how you route the second half of the stage, or second half of the game. Because you'll have to manage all your weapons. The old speedrun route plays along with that by buying something from Dr. Light that basically just refills all your ammo. But on the new route that I do, I don't really shop for Dr. Light because Dr. Light is a scammer. Yeah, we have the only rain flush usage for the stage. So what we want here is to get a large weapon refill for Pharaoh, which is that one. So this is a great RNG thus far. Second series, Crystal Man is designed by a Kaiser designer. But that totally makes sense now. Because we'll see later on, Crystal Man stage is a really tough stage. One of the toughest stage in this game. And yeah, as Will pointed out earlier, Stone Man first. So this is one of the big changes I did with the routing for this game. Because usually people would go... Oh, bad pattern. Anyway. Usually people would go Charge Man first. And... pretty much I had to change it a bit because I realized there's not much benefit to going Charge Man first compared to Stone. More so because Charge Man fight Buster only is really difficult. Because the RNG it can give you is pretty rough. Yeah, the death I had in Stone Man right now, just, I don't know, just a brain fart at this point. Yeah, that's correct, Windbliss. I think it's more of Capcom and Nintendo wanting a Mega Man game faster in the Game Boy series. That's why they opted to do some recycled bosses. But the more it got sold, I guess they went with a different approach when it came to Mega Man 5. I'm thanking Volvo because Rockman World 5 is one of my, if not my favorite of the series. That's weapon for soft locking the final boss, indeed. Oh. Yeah, stage-wise, there hasn't been much difference with Charge Man stage. Okay, this is kind of bad. Didn't want to take too much damage in this stage because of Chargeman fight. So let's hope we get some health refill here somewhere. That I'll probably just use my E-tank. Okay, small health drop is nice. Yeah, most of the chickens here were just dodge. Ooh. Sadly, not much health drop, but that's okay. Ideally, this should be fine, as long as he gives us a good pattern. I get was a bad pattern. Just bad man. Yeah, this is a bit dangerous now. Whoa. Oh man, got trolled. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I hate getting too much damage in the stage. His Chargeman can be a troll. Oh well. We just have to redo the stage. Ow. But this is fine though, at least we get to listen to the best music in the game once again. That's a consolation prize for this. Oops, let's get that one. Whoa. DX version of this game, yeah, totally. I got to playtest 4 and 5. And I got to finish it too. So yeah, for people who want to play this game but really hate the lag that you get from, you know, being an old Game Boy game. There's a developer named Mark Max and Kenzo that did a colorization hack of this game. So the game is pretty much the same, but except it is fully colored and there's no more lag associated with most of the game, if not all of it. So it's a real great game experience. I don't remember if they removed the Mega Buster knockback in 4DX. Yeah, we got the charge kick, one of the most useless weapons in this game, sadly enough. I mean, ideally, charge kick is pretty strong because as you slide, you're pretty much invulnerable. In most cases, at least. Oh, it's an option in the screen. Is that the recoil option in the menu? That one I didn't get to tinker when I played the DX version. I was thinking what the recoil was. Use this water wave, yeah, indeed. The sad thing about charge kick in this game is that if you try to charge kick a invulnerable enemy, the charge kick gets cancelled and you get damaged anyway. So that made it super hard to find a use for it. Like for example, if you tried to charge kick to a Crystal Joe, like that guy, your charge kick gets cancelled and then you pretty much gets damaged. Body damage. So there is a bit of use for charge kick later on, but it's just an alternative, and just swag points at that point. I didn't need to refill, but if we didn't get a game over, we'll be getting that weapon refill for Fatal Shot. But we got a game over, so we have pretty much full ammo on almost everything. So we go to the top route because it's like 6 seconds faster. But it involves a lot of damage boosting and rush usage, particularly rush jet. So we damage boost to Crystal Joes. Then we fly over this guy. Then we have the laggy platforms. So it is possible to slide to get to the opposite side of this, but it's too dangerous for a marathon run. And it's super laggy too. Got this twice, so that it goes to the center. Then we hop up it. Fly over this guy as well. So it's kind of understandable that this is created by a Kaiser designer, because this is one of the more tougher stages in the game. Then Crystal Man, we try to damage boost through this mini crystals to reduce some lag. Oh, bad pattern. It's okay. Easy for Buster. You're forgetting top spins. Yeah. If I remember correctly, top spin is pretty okay on 2 Game Boy. Like ideally, top spin is pretty good. Just that in Mega Man 3 NES, there's a specific bug with the top spin where if you're on top of an enemy, when you use top spin, it pretty much depletes your ammo per frame. We're pretty much nearing the end of the Robot Master section. Okay, had to keep quiet there a bit. That could go wrong real fast. Yeah, top spin is a pretty good weapon. Just that it's hampered by a lot of things. So we're gonna be using most of our rush coil. Jumping. Damage boost. Damage boost again. And rush coil. There we go. Ow. Oof. Almost sniped me there. Okay, one of the weird things about rush coil is the hitbox for rush is pretty janky sometimes. Lag Snake's pretty bad too. Surge Snake is one of my favorite weapons way back when I was playing Mega Man 3 as a kid. Just looks really cool. So the more you play Mega Man 3, the more you realize Surge Snake is not that great of a weapon. That's really good ammo economy though, so that pretty much makes it not the worst weapon in the game at least. The RC strat, no, I had to skip the rush coil strat in Brightman. But yeah, what Will was talking about is you can use rush coil on the one of the first choppers, the first chopper ride, but it's like takes like around 2 seconds, but it's really risky. So that pretty much ends the Robot Master section. As you can see, the yeah, I forgot to touch upon it earlier, but we've been collecting the letters in the second half of the stage to open this fortress up. So if you didn't get all the letters, you won't be able to enter this stage, and you'll have to look for it again on whichever Robot Master stage you missed it on. We have Delayed part 2 here. He has the same problems as the first fight, where he doesn't have a hitbox on the leftmost spot of the arena. So you just can hug the left side of the wall and pretty much trade shots with him. Then we get one of the more strong weapons in Mega Man Game Boy games. It's pretty unique in the Game Boy games too, which is the Blade Cracker. So it's a multi-directional weapon, so it's a bit laggy. It has really good ammo economy as well. So now we have the escape sequence. We'll have to escape because they blew up the castle. Pretty much a self-destruct sequence at this point. And we'll be using Blade Cracker. Have to focus here a bit. Meme use of Charge Kick. Yeah, it's really amazing that they released all the Mega Man Game Boy games on the Switch. I think it was free too as well, if I remember correctly. They're pretty much faithful to the original as well. And they're also speedrun. They're also legal for speedrun, because from the looks of it, the emulation is pretty accurate with the OG hardware. So if you're interested in speedrunning this game, you can use the Switch version. Yeah, there's Dr. Light saying, oh, why he's in the battleship? Maybe you can shop for stuff as well, for you to prepare. But we pretty much skip the shop at this point. Then we have the end game, which is Wily Fortress. Whoops. Ow. Lost track of my slides there. Which will use swing weapon to pretty much kill fast. Bad RNG here. Ow. Takes 8 shots of ring. Yeah, the placement of those missiles are pretty much traps. Like if you decide to spam your slide, you'll pretty much bump into one of them. Oh, let's see if we can get the one cycle here. Nice, got it. Ended up shooting one extra favor though, but it's fine. So we got hit once, so I'm gonna have to adjust my strat here a bit. Just a tiny bit. Normally I would damage boost to this guy. Rush jet usage. Skip our friend Protoman there. Damage boost here. Switch to Bright. And use our only E-Tank. So now we have Hunter 1. Hunter 1, usually before we used Favor Shot. But we don't have enough Favor Shot to do the entire strat here. So I had to improvise with a Napalm Shot instead. Okay, we jump. E. Die here. And do another D-boost here, so that we can just pass through this mummy guy and jump. Boop there, and voila. Yeah, the Napalm strat is something I came up with when trying to do a North Shop route. Oh wait, let's do a charge kick here, because why not? Actual use of charge kick. E. And we have refights again. Staple in Mega Man Classic. So for Game Boy games, this is, I think this is actually the first time we actually get a full refight. Since Mega Man 1 to 3 pretty much, usually the second half is more of the second set of Robot Masters instead of a full refight. That's also why Mega Man 4 is significantly longer compared to the first 3 Mega Man Game Boy games, particularly because of the refights. Yeah, most of the boss fights here are pretty standard. A lot of Buster-only strats here though. Oops. So we're skipping Ring here because we're gonna use Favor Shot until later on instead. Okay, easy crystal. But to be honest, it really is a shame they stopped at Mega Man 5 Game Boy. Bad RNG again. Nice. Got a pretty trick shot there in the end. The ring is pretty much the same. So we do the last shot. Ideally, we grab the life refill immediately to remove lag. Wrong weapon. Oh yeah, 5 is probably the longest of the Game Boy games. Because not only does it have the Mega Man killer refights, it also have the actual refights for the Star Droids. Except Terra. So we refill Crystal, Pharaoh, and Rush Coil here. And another 3D cutscene. Beep, 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 beep. But yeah, the 3D cutscenes in this game look so amazing for a Game Boy game. It started with DOS, damn. To be honest, I only found out about Mega Man DOS games rather recently. Good RNG there. So yeah, the first two phases of Wily is pretty much RNG. The first part, it depends on whether he slams or does a straight fist. The second part is RNG depending on how long he keeps his mouth open. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Oop. Try this one more time. Oh, bad RNG. So one of the tougher things in this game is RNG. Bad mashing. Don't have enough ballet too. So we're gonna be here for the long run. Because we got 2 bad RNGs in a row for the mouth opening. Really horrible RNG for the second phase here. Oof. Close. Wow, he's being really bad today. Have to mash. Oh my god, this is one of the worst face RNG in a while. Can do one more buster shot, I guess. Wow, okay. I think we should have enough blade here to do this. Okay, there we go. Buster only DLC, yeah. That's a tough part about the speedrun in general for Mega Man 4. The RNG can really screw you over. Okay, we're down to the final Wily. Thankfully enough, final Wily is There's pretty much zero RNG in this fight. Because he does pretty much the same pattern. And a couple of favor shots here. And he's donezo. 44-35, it's not so bad, despite the really bad second fight here. So yeah, and that's Mega Man 4 for the Game Boy. So for anyone interested in running Mega Man games in general, you can visit the megamanleaderboards.net, and there's also a Discord. So if you want to discuss strats on speedrun in general, you can visit the Discord site, and a lot of people in the Mega Man community are really good people, and they'll pretty much answer most, if not all, of your questions with regards to speedrun, like which emulators are allowed, general strats and whatnot. Shave his brows. If only we were playing as Man instead of Mega Man. We're pretty sure we're gonna humiliate Wily there. Yeah, at this point I'm not controlling Mega Man anymore. This is one of the cutscenes. And why Ballet decides to explode himself so that we can escape. Oh yeah, Will, with regards to the world record, I got the world record for this game like a couple of days ago while trying to practice for Retrothon. It was also my retirement run from this game at this point, because I got the sub 39 world record currently. Yeah, that's pretty much Mega Man 4 in a nutshell. One of the better Mega Man Game Boy games. But personally, I like Mega Man 5 Game Boy the best. Yeah, it's around 55 seconds compared to Curls' previous world record now. It's pretty cool. And to be honest, I hope Poison Curls decides to hop onto this game again and try to destroy the record even more. Because funny enough, the record for this game currently has a Death in Charge Man stage at the start. Because I missed jump and fell into a spike pit. Funny enough. Yeah, we're pretty much above estimate here, because when I submitted this game, I pretty much didn't have too much confidence that I can do like a 45 below. But yeah, I'm gonna take this time to thank Retrothon for accepting this one and having me here to showcase this really good game. And thank you to the Mega Man Mega Man community in general for helping me pretty much discuss tips on this game. And especially Tremaine. Tremaine has been really kind to give me answers to questions with regards to this game, because he's been doing most of the task runs for Game Boy games in general. And also thanks to Team Salami and pretty much everyone who supported along the way during the weird grind of Mega Man 4. And yeah, I think this is pretty much the last run I'll do of this game for the time being, as I've been grinding this game for like more than a year now, I think. And that was after another year grind of Mega Man 5. So I had grinded Mega Man 5 Game Boy first before this one, which took like a year too. And yeah, if you haven't done it yet, you play the Mega Man Game Boy games. It's real. So the games are really good, even just casually. Especially if you're after like Mega Man games that have slightly more difficulty compared to NES versions. I'd say Game Boy games are pretty much up there in terms of difficulty. But it's really enjoyable to play through them regardless. But yeah, again, if anyone's interested in speedrunning the game, try to join the Mega Man leaderboard Discord. And pretty much everyone will be able to help you with your Mega Man speedrun journey. Whether it's Mega Man Game Boy, Mega Man Classic, I think X series is there too. And yeah, it's also available in Switch Online, and they're pretty much free, if I remember correctly, in the Nintendo's eStore, which they released like less than a year ago, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my run. Thank you everyone for the GGs as well. Really unfortunate deaths, but it is what it is with marathon runs. Yeah, if the mods or admin decide to cut me off, it will be okay too. Thank you again for having me here. Be very much appreciated.